calls me Sunshine. I'm like, I have a name, so I guess his name is Tyrone Thompson. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. We are the Governance Reform Subcommittee. Again, my name is Assemblyman Tyrone Thompson, and I am a co-chair on this committee, and to my right is our other co-chair, and he's going to lead the way.
Thank you, everyone. Michael Roberson, State Senate District 20, for the record, since this is a public meeting. Before we get started, she's very humble, but you know, there are a lot of people to thank, all of you, for being here and participating. But I think Speaker Marilyn Kirkpatrick, I know she's been the driving force behind this. She's a wonderful example of someone we would wish to be a public servant. It's a real model of public service, and I wish you all would just please give her a round of applause. I also like embarrassing her. Governance Reform Subcommittee to promote regional reforms that increase consistency, transparency, and ease of transactions while enhancing representation for Southern Nevada. That's our motto, that's our mission, that's it, that's our mission. We have had a lot of input from the community. You'll see all the names here on the screen of the individuals who participated in the Governance Reform Subcommittee meetings. Local government officials, local government staff, people from the utilities, nonprofits, small business owners, construction industry professionals, real estate professionals, and Republicans and Democrats. This is truly a bipartisan affair, and it's about time, because it's for Southern Nevada. And my last slide that I'll be presenting is just a list of the meetings we've had. And we've had 7, you can see there. 1 in September, 1 in November, 1 in January, 2 in January, 1 in February, and 2 in March. So we've been meeting a lot. We're going to continue to meet. I think you'll hear about a list of scheduled dates going forward. We'd like you all to participate. And at this point, I will now turn it over to my good friend, Assemblyman Thompson.
Senator was making me nervous and kept getting closer and closer to the edge. You know, fall over something. Okay, now this is where our work really began. On September 30th, those of you that were with us, we were at the 5th Street School, and we all got at round tables just like each and every one of you. And so we did a brainstorming of what are the key issues that we need to really address on governance. And so this was our exhaustive list. We wanted to talk about BLM land and public lands, business impact statements, business licensing, which as we know is just huge, community college governance, economic development, home rule, local incentives for resident builders for infill development. We also wanted to talk about the functions of the Regional Planning Committee, which we also know as the Southern Nevada Regional Planning Coalition. We also talked about the Southern Nevada Health District and its structure, special improvement districts, state boards and commissions, state business portal, the Sunset Board Committee, and lastly, overall transparency. So on the next slide, what we did was that we really tried our best to build consensus. We know that some of the items that were on the previous list, it's going to take a while for us to even agree. And being that we wanted to have a true bipartisan effort, we came up collectively on a consensus building way to come up with these 3 top priorities. So the first is business licensing, and we didn't want to do this in a vacuum. We didn't want to assume, so we actually had the actual experts there. So from all of the business license communities here in Southern Nevada, they came and informed us and educated us on really great progress that they're doing and other opportunities. And then we also had Dr. Iser from the Health District came and talked to us. So the first was business licensing, and these are some of the key areas that we wanted to discuss. Implementing horizontal integration of the state business portal. We really want to look at that access, that flow. Streamline business process to provide a clear, predictable path for licensing and permitting at state and local level. We wanted to identify barriers and remove NRS that hinders the local business licensing process. And then lastly, strengthen the business impact statement process. The second area, we wanted to look at the Southern Nevada Health District. And again, like I said, we had Dr. Iser actually came to our group and gave a presentation and overview. And so we came up with reviewing the appropriate function and composition of the board, separate regulatory responsibilities versus public health, and evaluate and revisit funding and the budget. And then lastly, we looked at the state boards and commissions where we wanted to enhance representation, because on some boards there just may not be representation of the South, and to reflect tax base and population in this state. So we wanted to be reflective. So and then on the last slide, we have a lot more work to do, and so again, we want to thank the City of Las Vegas because we are meeting every second Wednesday of the month, April 9th going down to July 9th at the East Las Vegas Community Center. So thank you so much.
So, and this one's pretty easy. If you think that those ideas under business licensing is something that we should explore, then on line 1, you can put business licensing. If you think the health district is something that we should explore, then you can put that on line 2. You do not have to pick all 3, but knowing that the topics under business licensing will, that would be kind of what we go into the work session group today to see what we do. So those are the 3. You can pick 1, you can pick 2, or you can pick all 3. Also, what I'll tell you is, I guess some folks didn't have some ballots. We have lots of extra paper, so if you don't have any ballots, please see Leanne, and she has extra paper, and there's some extra ones up here that we can help facilitate out, but we don't want you to leave here mad because you didn't get a chance to participate in our consensus. And then when you're ready with these, you can just hold them up and they'll come around to get it. And honestly, this really is hard, right? I get 50 bill drafts as the speaker, and I could use 150 with the way we were headed in the beginning. So this is just narrowing it down so that we can make some type of movement next session.